entirely true story. I was in Melbourne, in Australia, in Victoria, down the southeast of Melbourne. Yeah, Melbourne, come on. Why, Australians aren't meant to yell when they hear geography they recognise. That's an American habit. Don't yell just because you recognise the geography. No, do. Melbourne. I was in Melbourne and I was doing a gig in a bar, a small bar, and I was standing there after the gig with a small group of comedians, and I noticed this bloke down the end of the bar, very striking bloke he was. He was about 6'2", one of these kind of Aussie, bronzed Aussie guys, shirt open down to about here, hairless and tanned guy he was. But I also noticed him because hanging around his neck, lying against his tanned, hairless chest on the end of a quite prominent silver chain was a quite prominent silver cross. You know, the kind of cross you might wear if you're a fan of intersections. Or the lowercase letter T. But probably most commonly if you're a fan of the apparatus upon which first century Romans tortured and put to death thieves and Jewish insurgents. Anyway, standing there and he was looking at us, and I could tell he wanted to come over to us. He had that look about him. He was very intense. He was on his own. It was slightly weird. Eventually he came over with his torture equipment flapping against his chest, and he said, "G'day Tim, my name's Sam." His name at Piers was Sam. And he said, "I'm from Dandenong." Dandenong, for those who don't know, is an outer suburb in the hills just outside Melbourne in Victoria in Australia. And eventually he got talking and he was talking. He's one of those guys who didn't have a very good understanding of personal space, but he was very passionate, and I respect that. But I could tell he wanted to say something.